Okay, so we did all of this work and refactored the app from the structural programming to functional programming. But all of this basically just recreated didn't really add anything to what we had from the point that we had an implementation in the structural programming. So let's go and, add a few features to this so that we feel a little better about all this work that we put in. I'm looking at like these buttons. I would like basically this part work, so I can like mark all as completed, clear, completed, and get the actual value for the ones left. Let's go and tackle this task in this video. So I'm gonna get hold of, start with maybe mark all completed. Let's see what that element looks like in the HTML. So its ID is mark all completed. Let's go get mark all completed, and so the ID is mark completed, and we can go all the way to the bottom, repeat this pattern, mark all completed. When somebody clicked on you, you get handle click on mark all completed, right? And so we get to put this here and say const event. Okay, now what is it that we want to do? We want to go and basically toggle all the to-dos that we have in this array to complete it. So we can maybe go here and say mark all completed. We can then go and say to-dos is to-dos.map, and so pass a to-do and then return this to-do, change the completed to through. Here is this. Let's go here, mark all completed. I gotta call the to-do app.mark all completed and then ask the render to-dos function to re-render the app, because we're following this pattern of user interaction, state changes, UI changes, right? Okay, so let's go and see buy milk, buy jam, buy bread, buy coffee, and let's bring this down and mark all completed. All of them are completed, and yeah, if I click on some of them, I can flip them back. So these are the active ones, these are the completed ones, these are all of them, and you click on here again, all of them are completed. So no active, everything completed. Okay, wonderful. So that's one down, two more to go. Now let's take a look at this item, clear completed. Let's do the same thing again. Let's get hold of the element. Let's say clear completed, and let's go down here, add an event listener to it. So clear completed, on click, handle click on clear completed, right? Let's actually duplicate this guy, handle click on clear completed. We're gonna need to create a new function. So let's go and say clear completed. So what we're doing is we are doing something similar, but rather than mapping, we filter and we say to do, we're gonna be like, if the to-do is completed, don't let it pass. Right, don't let it pass. So that would clear it up. Let's go here and try it. Buy milk, buy bread, buy jam. I'm getting hungry. Buy coffee. Okay, let's maybe flip two of them as completed and then clear completed. Did we forgot? Oh, we forgot to call clear completed here. Oh no, I have to do this again. Buy milk, buy jam, buy coffee. What did I forget to buy? Buy bread. So that's two of them, clear completed, and awesome. Now mark all completed, clear completed, beautiful, all gone. And last one we want to knock out is this thing. So this has the to-do count. Let's go up here. Let's get hold of this element. Let's call it to-do count. To-do count. Actually, this is not really a to-do count, right? This is like active to-do count. It's just the ones that are not done, right? So let's go and add a, do I want an event listener? Not really. I'm not going to click on it or anything like that. So what I want to do is like every time I render the to-dos, yeah, that's the right place to deal with it. Every time I render the to-dos, I can go and say active to-do count, text, content, and set this to some value. Like let's go set it to 0 right now. Items left. So 0 items left, right? Okay. Now, instead of this, I want to be able to actually get the count of the to-dos that are yet to be completed, the active ones, so to speak. So we can maybe have another getter here, say get number of active to-dos. How about that? And so what we want to do is return a value. Let's do something fun. Let's use to-dos the reduce function. Reduce is a useful function to create things like counters, sums. So this takes at least 2 arguments. One is a function. We're going to talk about what that function is, and the other one is like an initial value. So let's say I want to count like the length, how many to-dos are in here. I mean, it's silly to use this because you can just do to-dos.length, but let's say we wanted to count that, right? So what you do is you start that count at 0. And then this function, when it is called by reduce, it provides 2 arguments to it. One of them is that to-do in which it is iterating over, and another one is a variable that is like your accumulator. So in our case, it would be the count. Right, so the current count, something like that. Do you want me to call it current count? Let's just call it count. And so then what you want to return is you want to return the new value for count. And so this return value will be assigned as the value of count in the next call. So if I just wanted to count everything, I would just say count plus 1. Right, and so reduce, like it's if they're like 3 to-dos in here, reduce will call this function 3 times. The first time it calls it, it takes this as the initial value. The second time it calls it, it takes whatever the first call returned, right? So you start at 0, then you get 1, then you get 2, then you get 3, and then you basically jump out of it. Okay, right. So let us go, and while I don't want to count everything, right? What I want to do is to actually like count the number of to-dos that are not completed. So let's do a bit of a interesting work here. We can say if this to-do dot completed is true, then return 0, otherwise return 1. So this way you get to count all the values that are not completed. So you basically add 1 for every not completed. And since this is just one statement, one return statement, we can simplify this. And we can bring this up, so make it a little cleaner. And even take this out, make this a little cleaner. Okay, this looks good. So let's go down here and replace this with to-do app dot get number of active to-dos. There we go. So let's now take a look at the app. Buy milk. There we go. 1 item left. Buy jam. 2 items left. Buy bread. Buy coffee. And then if I go and take one of them off, now there are 3 items left, right? Basically 3 active, 1 completed. Go back, mark all as completed, 0 items left, wipe them off. Beautiful. So we've got more features now added, and notice how we've got sort of this program really well organized, how fast it was for us to go and add all of these features, right? The pattern that we're doing, like get hold of the component, add an event listener to it, write the event listener function for it, rely on your to-do app to like manage the estate, and always follow this pattern of user interacts, state changes, UI changes, right? So it was easy. Like, we created a foundation that makes it easy for us to go and add more and more features to the application. Okay, I just noticed something, like the event is not really used here, right? So you can just take it out, right? Remember, JavaScript functions, like the argument is, is more for the programmer to understand what's going on in there. JavaScript, it doesn't really care about how many arguments you have, how you organized it. It's always happy, basically, like call the function however way. So yeah, we don't really use the event, so we can take that off. And this is our app. Looks pretty good. Okay, we got enough exposure to writing functional code. Well, functional programming paradigm, that's what I mean by it. So we're gonna wrap this up, and then in the next video we're gonna start looking at object-oriented programming.